Point 4, taxes, taxes, taxes. In this activity, we will consider the following functions for demand and supply. First, we will assume that no taxes are imposed. So we will use those equations to find the equilibrium price and quantity. Setting them equal to one another, we find the price is $175. Substitute that in, that gives us a quantity of 23,000 items. Now we have an imposed tax of 10% on the consumer. We will use the demand equation and multiply the price by an increase of 10%, so 1.1, and simplify our equation. Now we have an equilibrium price of $168.15. The consumer has to pay 10% more, so we take that 168.15 and multiply by 1.1. That gives the new consumer price of $184.97. We take the original function after the 10% tax has been increased, and we put in the equilibrium price times 121, subtract that from 42,250. That gives us 21,904 items. The equilibrium price is $175, so now we need to determine the tax that the producer will pay and the tax that the consumer will pay. So $175 is our equilibrium price. The new equilibrium price is $168.15, so the producer pays $6.85 tax. The new price for the consumer is $184.97 minus the original equilibrium price is $9.97. We add those two together and we get $16.82 tax times the number of items, 21,904. That gives us a total of $368,425.28 as total tax. Now let's put 10% on the producer. Now this means that the producer will get 10% less money. So now let's see what happens here. The original demand equation is equal to the new supply equation. So 1 minus 0.1 or 0.9 times 160 gives us 144p minus 5,000, and we simplify to get the new price, the new equilibrium price of 186.02. We take that new equilibrium price into either one of these equations, it doesn't matter, and we see that our quantity is 21,718. The producer generates 10% tax on the $186.02, so we multiply it by 10.1, and that gives us $18.60 total tax per item that the government will get. So now we have to determine who pays what. So the consumer is paying 186.02 minus 175, so the consumer is going to pay $11.02 of that $18.60 tax. So the producer here will pay $7.58. The total tax revenue generated by the government or for the government will be the tax, $18.60, times the number of items, 21,788, which gives us an amount for the government, $405,256.80. Now what if we impose a set tax? In this case, we're going to put $12 tax on the consumer. So the consumer is now going to pay whatever the equilibrium is plus $12. So we use the demand equation, but now we're going to put the price plus 12. Simplify that and we get a new price of new equilibrium price of $170.11. We put that into either one of the equations and we calculate the number of items to be 22,218. So let's see who pays what of the $12 tax. The new equilibrium price is $170.11. We subtract that from 175 and the producer pays $4.89. The consumer is going to now pay $182.11, which is $12 above the $170.11, the equilibrium price, minus the $175 for the original equilibrium price, so the consumer is paying $7.11 of the $12. So we multiply the quantity, 22,218 times $12, the set $12 tax, and we get $266,616. We will apply the same principle to the producer with the set $12 tax, but now we remember that the producer is not going to get as much money. So we have the original equation, we put in the $12 because his price is going to be subtracted by $12, and we simplify the equation, solve it, and we have the new price as $182.11. We plug that in to get the quantity at that price, and it is 22,218, which is exactly the same as what we found in number 4. The proportion of the tax paid by the producer and the proportion by the consumer, we take the $12 minus 711, which is 182.11 minus 175. That gives us 711, which is what the consumer pays, so the producer pays $4.89. Now, looking back at all of these numbers, we know that the tax revenue will be exactly the same as what was generated in number 4, because we have the same quantity times the same number. We get $266,616 in total tax. Now, we look at what tax is best for the government. We want to know how much money did the government get, which was best for the government. So we want the government's money to be the greatest, and you will see that the government's value, they get more money when the producer has a 10% tax imposed on it. What is best for the producers, that is when the tax is set for either the producer or the consumer at $12. And what is best for the consumers is exactly the same thing. So set the tax of $12 on either the producer or the consumer. So I'm looking for the producer, I'm going back and I'm looking at, okay, so the tax for producer here was, the producer paid $6.85. So I'm looking for anything less than $6.85. So I look at producer here, that's $7.58, that's greater than, so I'm going to go here to number 4, and producer is $4.89, so that's less. I go to number 5, producer is $4.89, that's less. So the producer, it's best for the government, or best for the producer when there's a set tax of $12.